Welcome to Hands on Hardware. Today we are going to have a look at Fractal Design's Focus 2 case. I generally like their design language. Let's see if they can win us over with their latest case. You can see the case had a hard time getting here. I hope it survived. If you want to read all of that, pause the video. So it looks like the foam did its job and the case is fine. This is where it was hit on the outside. First look on the case, I think it looks nice. There wasn't much more in the package. We got our magnetic filter and some radiator mounting hardware. And some user guide, and that seems to be it. Let's find out how we're going to mount hard drives. So that's the back of the case. You can see there's only room for 120mm fan and your standard 7-slot ATX motherboard. As expected, the panels are mounted with thumb screws. Not the thickest steel, but should be good enough. And your standard mounting place for your PSU. There's also a filter on the backside for your PSU. Ooh, I found some tape to pull on. So there are our mounting screws for our hard drives. And our internal connectors. USB 3 and what's that? Power switch. SATA power and HD audio. So this means we don't have a reset switch? Seems like it. And there's a USB-C. You can upgrade that if you need this. So these are all the screws we got. We got 6 hard drive screws. For some reason only 6 hard drive dampeners, I don't know why. Then our screws for our PSU and our motherboard screws. And some zip ties. Motherboard standoffs are already pre-installed. Our PCI brackets are mounted with thumb screws, that's nice. So on the back side we can see where we can mount our hard drives. For our SSDs it's toolless, so you can just take an SSD and put it on there. Holds well enough. And I found my missing rubbers for my hard drives. There are already 2 installed. So hard drives would go like this. Then the fan cables with RGB, I think. Yes. Those are already RGB fans in the front. And our I/O. Oh, some more things to pull on. For cable management, we got around 2 centimeters and around 2.5 in the front. But if you mount hard drives here, you won't have much room. But who uses hard drives anyways these days? So the case feeds are quite high also, around 12mm. So you can use this case on carpet also without starving your power supply. Let's take the front off. I needed to look up how the front comes off because it needs a lot of force. I didn't expect that. You have to pull down there and then it comes off. It has these big tabs, so just don't break them, I guess. Looks sturdy enough. So in the front we have the 140mm fans installed already, but you can see there are slots for 120 as well. The Focus 2 is supposed to be an airflow case, so let's look at how many fans we can mount. In the front we can mount 2 140s or 3 120s. On the top there's room for 2 120s or 2 140s. And in the back the 120. In the bottom there isn't any mounting space for a fan. For this case size, I think that's more than enough spaces to mount fans. So then let's have a look at their user guide. I think it's a good one. They'll already planned out your possible configurations. If you're going to water cool, you're gonna do what they're saying here. And if you're gonna do an air-cooled build, you're gonna do like this. They also include a builder's guide, and I think for beginners this is really nice. You can clearly see what goes where, and it's very easy to follow. Conclusion time. Do we like the case? I think it's a well-built case, but a bit on the expensive side. If you like the case and you have it in your budget, go for it. If you're on a budget, there are probably better cases for you out there. But if you like the design, I couldn't find anything wrong with the case. If you get it, have fun building in it. I hope I could help you a little bit with your decision on what case to get, and see you in the next one. And please subscribe.